do that. And I know everybody's working really hard. There's a meeting tomorrow that's super important, and I truly do believe we're going to get something done here in the next couple of weeks. But like you said,
now, from my understanding, from everything that I have researched, there is going to be an in-person WNBA meeting with WNBA PA committee members, players union, and the owners in person to potentially get a deal signed, sealed, and delivered by tomorrow. Will the deal get done tomorrow? I can't yay or nay that a deal will be.
Caitlin Clark dominated NBC's coverage during her inaugural appearance as an NBA analyst, generating massive attention across social media platforms. The basketball star has consistently demonstrated an ability to capture public interest since her college days, strategically building her profile into household name recognition. Early footage released from her debut suggested she brought the same commanding presence to broadcasting that defined her playing career. During the broadcast, Clark addressed ongoing WNBA-CBA negotiations when asked about the league's future direction. She characterized the moment as significant not just for the WNBA, but for all women's sports collectively, representing one of the most important periods in the history of female athletics.
Tomorrow. Will the deal get done tomorrow? I can't yay or nay that a deal will be getting done. But as of right now, the people that is hurting the most from the WNBA not being able to get a deal done is the fans. Fans that has garnered and transitioned their lives to support a league that lacked support for so many years. And then not only just lacked support, a lot of these fans was ostracized. A lot of these fans was criticized for being bullies and different things on this internet. But one thing I can say,
Clark expressed strong confidence that negotiators would reach agreement, crediting the quality of on-court product for creating this leverage opportunity. She emphasized the necessity of maintaining performance standards while acknowledging the intensive work happening behind closed doors. Clark noted a crucial meeting scheduled for the following day involving WNBA Players Association committee members, union representatives, and team owners. The in-person gathering carried potential for finalizing agreements, though predicting exact timing remained uncertain. The stalled negotiations primarily hurt fans who recently invested their support in a league that historically lacked widespread attention.
Things on this internet. But one thing I can say is that I just pray and hope there is a system in place to make sure the WNBA turn a page, highlight Caitlin Clark, fix her whistle, and make sure they keep her in the right position to help the league to keep growing. Because as of right now, the league is not growing. Everything they're doing is hurting them for its viewership, attendance. All of these different things is playing a factor in the WNBA not.
These same supporters previously faced criticism and accusations of bullying behavior on social media for their enthusiasm. Concerns exist about whether the league will position Clark optimally to continue driving growth. Current trends suggest the WNBA isn't advancing as hoped, with viewership and attendance numbers reflecting stagnation rather than progress. Clark's impact on the league proves undeniable. Within 2 weeks of being drafted, she helped secure charter flights for all players.
WNBA not moving forward into the right direction. You can hate it or love it, but Caitlin Clark has single-handedly helped you young ladies bring proposals to the table. She has single-handedly lifted the boats. She has single-handedly garnered y'all charter flights, for God's sake, within 2 weeks of her being drafted. And just to see the way the WNBA players, WNBA owners, even certain owners coming out, we all remember that, speaking out.
Despite these contributions, some team owners and Commissioner Kathy Engelbert made statements suggesting Clark's platform derived from the league rather than acknowledging she arrived with the necessary tools and following already established. Continuing her comments, Clark outlined remaining tasks including integrating 2 expansion franchises, managing an enlarged player pool, conducting free agency, and executing the regular draft process scheduled for April 13th. Despite these complications, she maintained optimism that both parties would find resolution soon. When asked to describe the league's transformation, Clark reflected on childhood memories attending Minnesota Lynx championship games featuring Maya Moore against the Seattle Storm. She contrasted those experiences with current reality where virtually every arena sells out regularly.
remember that, speaking out about Kayla Clark in a negative light. Different people like the commissioner, Kathy Engelberg, pretty much telling Kayla Clark that if it wasn't for the league, she wouldn't have her platform, not knowing that Kayla came in the game with everything she needed to be successful. She actually did y'all a favor, but let's finish listening.
Said, I mean, there's a lot of boxes that we still need to check. We've added two new teams. I mean, there's going to be more players than ever, and then we have to get into free agency, then have a normal draft as well. So there's a lot of things left to do, but I really do feel confident that both sides are going to reach.
The expansion from 14 to potentially 18 teams within coming years demonstrates the business growth occurring throughout women's basketball. Clark stressed the importance of meeting this moment as talent levels continue improving from college through professional ranks, expressing hope for an extended broadcasting and playing career ahead. Additional footage showed Clark analyzing NBA players, specifically praising Luka Doncic's abilities. Her natural delivery and fluid communication style suggested strong aptitude for analyst work, whether scripted or improvised. She broke down how Doncic controls defenders through positioning rather than relying on speed or athleticism, manipulating opponents into disadvantageous positions while occupying space effectively.
Confident that both sides are going to reach a deal here. So.
Yeah, draft slated for April 13th, but the growth of the league has been so much. I mean, can you just help us to understand the transition this league is going on right now?
I mean, it's incredible, and I remember my first WNBA game when I was a young girl. I went to the Minnesota Lynx when they had their dynasty with Maya Moore, and they were playing the Seattle Storm, and now basically any arena you go to, it's sold out. We're adding 2 teams. We're up to 14 now, and then hopefully getting to 18 in the next couple of years. So, business is booming, and that's a really good thing, and we kind of just got to keep meeting the moment. The talent's getting better and better.
Clark admitted her tendency to avoid contact rather than absorb it and claim available space from defenders. She recognized Doncic's skill at keeping defenders either behind or beside him, identifying this as an element she wants to incorporate into her own game. Despite averaging a 30-point triple-double, Doncic makes extraordinarily difficult plays look routine, though Clark acknowledged the actual complexity involved. Some viewers criticized Clark's comments about claiming space, arguing she creates separation with her forearm rather than simply using available space. The debate over her physical playing style generated predictable commentary online.
Talent's getting better and better. You see it at the college level coming into the professional game too. So I feel very fortunate and hopefully have a long career ahead of me as well.
So that was Caitlin Clark giving her first ever NBA analyst. Now, there is more little small clips, I believe.
More specifically, because
there's Caitlin there next to Carmelo Anthony there.
To yours in the league.
Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is like...
Look at how fluid she is, bro. Caitlin Clark was made for this position. I just got to be honest.
The broadcast included Clark's first visit to Madison Square Garden for a Knicks game, marking her initial experience with that famous venue's atmosphere. She described the unique energy of warming up on that historic court, noting the special buzz when stars like LeBron James visit town. Clark praised Knicks fans for their passionate basketball support, expressing appreciation for the incredible atmosphere. Discussions touched on potentially playing a game at MSG, with Clark expressing willingness to compete there even in preseason format. While the Liberty might resist relocating home games, she indicated openness to any opportunity to experience that court competitively.
I just got to be honest, man. Like, she's coming. I don't know if she rehearsed, but she's definitely unscripted.
He's not the fastest. He's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side. So I think that's something I can certainly learn from. Like, I always kind of want to run away from the defense rather than absorbing the contact and taking up the space that they give me. So I think, obviously, he's pretty incredible. He averages like a 30-point triple-double. So he makes it look pretty easy, but I can promise you it's not that easy.
Now, certain people.
NBC also filmed Clark playing horse with former players Jamal Crawford and Zora Stevenson, showcasing her shooting creativity through various challenging attempts. The segment demonstrated her comfort on camera and willingness to engage in lighthearted competition. Shots included left-hand free throws, underneath-the-leg attempts, and other trick shots, with playful banter throughout the contest. The game illustrated Clark's personality and shooting skills in casual format, reinforcing her natural broadcasting presence. The entire NBC appearance received widespread praise for Clark's performance quality.
Too soon for me to bring that up, because you got people doing the largest attendance ever for a women's sporting event. No, false. Oh, 21,490. I did a video earlier where I just came right out and said this is some scammy, shady bullshit. Excuse my language. Because if you don't think for a second that political...
Her debut suggested strong potential for broadcasting career development alongside or beyond her playing opportunities. Separately, Milwaukee Bucks coach Doc Rivers generated controversy through continued outspoken commentary on immigration enforcement policies. When an Outkick reporter followed up on statements Rivers made weeks earlier, the coach reaffirmed his previous characterizations without backing down from any positions. Rivers had previously described a Minnesota shooting incident as straight-up murder and called an ICE-related situation a travesty. When asked whether he meant murder in legal or moral terms, Rivers affirmed both interpretations applied. He provided context about his father serving as a police officer and his best friend currently working in law enforcement, claiming the latter felt even more disturbed by recent events than Rivers himself.
Politically driven corporations didn't get involved in this. If you don't think they didn't find a way to give out tickets to everything they possibly could to get as many people, and look, I don't doubt that there was a lot of people there. I doubt how did they get there? How did they acquire the ticket? All right, what happens? Corporations buy a pool of tickets.
Rivers criticized ICE training standards as horrible and widely recognized as inadequate. He questioned why enforcement concentrated heavily on Minnesota with approximately 130,000 documented immigrants rather than Texas with around 1.7 million undocumented residents. Drawing connections to the NBA's Pioneers' Day celebration, Rivers suggested that players like Hakeem Olajuwon
buy a pool of tickets. Celebrities buy pools of tickets. I heard that a WNBA player bought 60 tickets for friends and family. You see, one damn player bought 60 tickets. You see how that works? This is some BS. All right? And I called it out earlier. I said, don't.
Rivers maintained complete certainty in his positions while acknowledging everyone desires a safer country, though he questioned whether current approaches achieve that goal. Online reactions highlighted factual errors in Rivers' commentary. Multiple commenters corrected his implicit comparison to Hakeem Olajuwon, noting the basketball legend entered the United States legally in 1980 on a student visa for his University of Houston scholarship. Olajuwon followed standard procedures for international student athletes and became a naturalized American citizen in April 1993 through proper legal channels. Critics accused Rivers of making uninformed political statements better suited to others outside professional sports.
I said, don't look. If you guys believe this is legit, without no help from woke corporations buying pools of tickets, woke celebrities buying tickets, you're as delusional as the players that won't sign to CBA right now. So, some people tried to bring Caitlin Clark into this. Oh, look at all the people here, and Caitlin Clark's nowhere to be seen. Well, yeah, she's not playing in that ratchet-ass league.
One comment suggested coaches should focus on basketball rather than offering outlandish opinions on complex policy matters. The detailed explanation of Olajuwon's legal immigration path through F-1 student visa to eventual citizenship demonstrated Rivers' factual confusion about the example he invoked. Additional reactions expressed frustration with athletes and coaches making political statements during official team functions. Some argued such commentary risks alienating significant audience portions, drawing parallels to Hollywood's experience with political activism affecting commercial success.
Ass league. That 3x3 league that is literally hanging on by a thread. My boy Ben Daniel, in his video earlier, he just come right out and said it. He said, what are the ratings going to look like? Because the 20,000 that normally watches was in a stadium somewhere. How cold was it in Philly? Did some people take some free tickets to get in and out the snow? Question mark. Was it snowing? Was it cold?
Others questioned Rivers' coaching qualifications while criticizing his national policy commentary. One response noted that Rivers has struggled managing his team effectively while now attempting to influence broader national issues. Critics characterized his statements as ignorant and expressed growing disillusionment with the NBA generally due to such political commentary from league figures. The debate highlighted ongoing tensions around appropriate venues for athlete and coach political expression.
Just point some stuff out. I'm just here talking out loud amongst all of us friends. By the way, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're still subscribed. Check out blackwhitenetwork.com, exclusive member content, member live streams on Friday. So right here, and there's a lot of these kind of tweets going around. I know the CC fans aren't.
While sports figures possess free speech rights, questions persist about whether press conferences and official team events represent suitable forums for such discussions. Regular employees potentially face employment consequences for similar workplace political statements, creating perceived double standards for high-profile coaches and athletes. Some argue personal social media platforms provide more appropriate venues for political commentary than official team events. The contrast between individual expression rights and professional obligations continues, generating discussion about where boundaries should exist.
Tweets going around. I know the CC fans aren't the one that broke the women's attendance. Oh, shit. It's a bad idea. You went out there running your mouth. It was a bad idea because you got checked. Somebody checked your head right off your neck. Right out of the gate, J-Mac. Oh, you mean this 55,000?
Rivers' willingness to maintain controversial positions despite factual corrections demonstrates his commitment to these views. Whether this reflects genuine conviction or inability to acknowledge errors when confronted with contrary evidence remains debatable. His continued statements ensure ongoing media attention while potentially complicating his primary coaching responsibilities. Both Clark's successful media debut and Rivers' controversial political commentary demonstrate how sports figures increasingly operate beyond pure athletic contexts.
Right here with Caitlin Clark, it was one game, not two. Yeah, by the way, wasn't this like an unrivaled doubleheader or some shit? Wasn't that a thing? Is that a thing? Somebody told me that. Actually, it was CC fans who broke the record, and Unrivaled ain't even close. Uh-oh. That time they booked a football stadium so more people could watch Caitlin Clark live.
Whether through broadcasting opportunities or political engagement, athletes and coaches shape conversations extending well past game results and competitive outcomes. The reception these different approaches receive from audiences suggests varying tolerance for different types of off-court activity and commentary from sports personalities. Caitlin Clark supporters have been actively responding to claims about Unrivaled's Philadelphia attendance record, and their corrections appear well-founded. Many individuals on social media celebrated what was promoted as the greatest basketball day in women's sports history regarding Unrivaled's attendance figures.